Ever wonder how to become a murderer? Probably not. Find out about the murderous descent on this week's episode of Sunday Rewind. This week we continued our journey through Mark by looking at Mark chapter 2 and Mark chapter 3. And we continued to examine the Pharisees as they looked down their nose in judgment on Christ. Each episode provided another opportunity for Jesus to share the gospel with them, and each time they hardened their heart rather than repent, so that they moved further and further towards the descent into murder. As we looked at this, we saw how the Pharisees themselves would even partner with those that they would accuse Jesus of hanging out with. Not only does this passage reveal for us the heart of a murderer and our own hearts at times, it also reveals for us the response that Jesus gives to opposition. It provides for us a model as to how we should respond to the opposition others place in our lives. Jesus responds in three ways. First, he responds with anger. I know that may seem out of place, but Jesus responds with anger at the sins that they are committing. He is angry that they would sin against God's kingdom. Secondly, he responds with grief. When's the last time you or I grieved over the sin that others committed against us? Jesus provides us a model here for the grief that should be a part of each and every one of our lives. Finally, he responds with continued faithfulness to the mission that God has given him. We don't give up just because we encounter opposition. Instead, we continue to pursue Christ at all cost. As Jesus gazed at the Pharisees, he asked them for a response, saying, "Is it lawful on the Sabbath to do good or to do harm, to save life or to kill?" What they didn't realize is he was asking them whether they would choose life through him or choose his death. The Pharisees answered with silence. But silence wasn't a non-answer. It was a choice to choose death. Jesus stands before you today in his word, and he calls you to respond to him. He's asking, will you choose life in him or death? Today is the day for you to choose.